Alright. Katie's a fraud. Giannis is a fraud. Um, alright, let's talk about the Bucks series first. I want to get that over with. Because it's been a few days now. Um, since Giannis has lost to the Heat. And a lot of it is actually not his fault. I will always blame Mike Budenholzer, the coach. But um, Giannis, I just want to get this out of the way. Giannis needs, in the offseason, needs to work on his free throws and his fadeaway game. Needs to happen. Or at least, a 20 footer. Not even 20, 15, 16 footer that he could just rely on. Free throws especially. He missed 13 in the closeout game, and it's it's bad right now for the Bucks. Drew Holiday was horrible in this series. Like he was getting cooked by Jimmy Butler, was shooting 30% from the field. I don't actually know what he was shooting. I think he was shooting 40%, but he was shooting 29% from three, averaged like 16 points. He was just bad. Chris Middleton had good games, but overall was okay. Brook Lopez was alright. Bobby Portis was bad, but I think they could have, even with all of those factors, I think they still could have won. And half of these games that they lost, they were up. Um, so here goes my Mike Budenholzer slander, because he made no adjustments. Jimmy Butler was single handedly cooking Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. All right. So any logical coach, any coach probably in the NBA right now that has a job would either put Giannis on Jimmy Butler or double Jimmy Butler. But guess what? He didn't either. He stick with one-on-one matchups. I would have doubled Jimmy Butler the second he got 10 points. The second he started heating up, double him. Double him. Um, so it's just tough to see. He also had a really good series. And right now, currently, they're beating the Knicks. Um, as I'm recording this video, they're beating the Knicks in game two of the series. But the Bucks, they lost, and they're gonna have to deal with that. But I think they'll be good going forward. I think if in the off season they get another shot creator, because if you're relying on Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday as your shot creators, Drew was horrible in this series offensively. So, not the best. And Chris Middleton was he was alright. So, if they can get like a, I don't know, Jamal Murray, not like Jamal Murray himself. I'm just saying like a player like that. Um, that can help this team. Like then I think they'll be good going forward. But yeah. So moving on to the Phoenix Suns and Kevin Durant. Down 0-2, which just blows up my whole prediction on this series. Um, it's just seeming to me more and more before the playoffs started. Look, before the playoffs started, um, I thought that the talent of KD, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul would get them through this tough road. But it seems to me that, first of all, there's so many issues with this Suns team that I just didn't really think about when I was making that video of my predictions. First of all, they're not taking enough 3-point shots. Like, I feel like, I will say, you have two of the best mid-range shooters in the game. Actually, three of the best, really. If Chris Paul actually like gets good in these series and actually plays like he's good, um, then I feel like you have three of the best mid-range shooters in the game. But on the contrary to that, I also feel like they're not getting off enough 3-point shots to sustain that. And what teams are doing is they're making a significant more amount of threes than the Suns are, which is just more points on the board. It's 2 versus 3, if you know what I'm saying. Another problem with this team is their bench. Their bench cannot get any minutes. The only two guys on their bench who gets minutes are Josh Okogie and Bismack Biyombo. And Bismack Biyombo, you can clearly see the difference between Bismack Biyombo and DeAndre Ayton. Bismack Biyombo is not good. So, that's something. And then another thing is, oh yeah, my fault. Cameron Payne, or whatever his name is, he'll probably be starting next game because Chris Paul tore his hamstring. So that's something to look out for, I guess. See if Cam Payne can do anything, really. Obviously, you're missing the playmaking of Chris Paul, but it's not like Chris Paul was good in this series anyways, so yeah. But this team relies on mid-range way too much. So that will be their downfall. Also, they cannot get to the free throw line at all. Like, none of them, like, they don't attack. None of them attack. They're not even giving themselves chances to get to the free throw line. So that's another flaw in this team that I didn't really think of before. Now, let's move on to the Nuggets. This will kind of be brief, but Jokic, game 1, he was okay. Game 2, he was amazing. Once again, just showing why he's one of the best players in the league, why you shouldn't be disrespecting him. Playmaking was on point, like it always is. I remember he had this beautiful dime, bounce pass to in stride to Bruce Brown, for a dunk. That was beautiful. Jamal Murray, although didn't play well in game 2, he was cooking game 1. And man, they could not stop him. Game 1, the Suns could not stop Jamal Murray. So, those are the two X factors. As long as MPJ stays like pretty consistent throughout the series and the role players step up for the Nuggets, I don't see why this doesn't end in 5, to be honest. Maybe even they sweep them 4. Like, I could see it going to 6, maybe. But, yeah, I got the Nuggets in 5 right now. It's just their wins are so convincing. The Suns are playing the same way. DeAndre Ayton has not improved at all since like 3 years ago. I already told you the Suns' problems. And as a result, they're going to lose. They're going to lose this series. I'm going to be looking at my predictions video. I'm going to be like, why did I have the Bucks and Suns in the finals? That was a horrible take. And from there, I'm just going to cry in the corner. Because there's nothing else to do. I just can't believe what I'm seeing from the Suns. It's like all the things I expected them to do, they're just not doing it. Like I thought they would be shooting a crazy amount of threes. I thought the defensive attention that KD was getting would let Devin Booker open up Devin Booker, which that was correct. Devin Booker has been really balling. But even though they're doubling KD, they're not doubling him to the amount at which I thought they were going to. So to see KD go 10 for 27 with 24 points and not be good is really baffling to me, you know what I'm saying? So I would just say I'm not saying the series is over. Well, I am saying the series is over, but in the offseason, I would just say the Suns need to fill out their bench, get some defensive players on the perimeter, and then get some like 3-and-D guys. And then get people who can actually play in the playoffs. Like, nobody wants Bismack Biyombo as their backup center for the playoffs. Nobody wants Josh Okogie. Like, Torrey Craig has been playing good, but Torrey Craig, he's playing heavy minutes. Torrey Craig should not be playing heavy minutes in a playoff series. Just should not happen. Although, like I said, he has been playing pretty well so far. But it's just all these problems with the Suns that I should have known before, but I ignored them. With the Bucks, I should have known them before. I ignored them. See where that got me. My predictions are off. The Bucks winning the championship. They lost in the first round. But I guess that's how it goes. Cannot be worse than my 2021 predictions where I had the Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets going to the finals and the Lakers winning. So, anyways, see you guys later. Peace.